Hello, this is Fred. Fred from Metalabs TV on YouTube. You can subscribe to the channel, the new channel, and metalabs.com in France. But we go to Scotland, to UK, Brexit. Uh, a band will follow since the first album on Listenable Records, Under the Mountain in 2018. Body Flight, we love that album in 2020, but there was a pandemic, and they're back with a new third album. But I have one member. She's going to do herself. What's your name and what do you do in the band King Witch, please?
Hi, I'm Laura Donnelly, and I am the vocalist for King Witch.
Yeah. You are four three in the band because there is a drummer in the new album called Three. There is a new drummer, but a session drummer maybe.
Yeah, he's a session drummer currently. He's a really good friend. Jamie and I played with him in a band before King Witch, so we know him. But yeah, he played on the album. He's also going to be playing our all up and coming shows.
What's the name? Andrew Scott? No, it's not Andrew.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, Andrew Scott.
Okay, but on the photo, promotional photos for the new album, so it's called Third, Three, or Ill, depends. But we are going to speak about the title. But in the promotional photo, yeah, we can see you are three persons band, three.
Yeah,
But
I mean, like we're the three core members of the band at the moment.
okay,
Yeah.
and live it will be Andrew on stage also.
Yeah, it will be. So Andrew recorded on the album as well. So yeah.
Okay. So, I wanted to better know you because you are incredible singer and a female singer, and I wanted to better know you. I know I makes a comparison with a French singer called I will speak about that. But I wanted to better know you, your career. Did you learn to sing like that? Did you take lessons at school, at church with the family? Because you have a very special voice, very heavy and bluesy and soul, but very powerful.
Thank you. No, my family are Scots Irish, and Scots Irish families generally you'll have to sing something or you play an instrument or whatever.
Okay.
But a lot of my family members were all singers, and you would just not like professional, just at parties.
Okay.
So I used to sing sort of folky songs or like rock songs. And then when I went to college, I went to art college. I met a lot of musicians there, and we used to jam a lot, and I loved it. So, and that's how I how I learned that I enjoyed being in a band, basically.
Okay, and no gospel choirs at church or something like that. We can.
No. So just like when I was younger, I used to do like use like Scottish traditional music, which I guess is a bit sort of ooh, kind of thing. But I've never actually. It's just the way I sing. I think I'm probably very heavily influenced by certain singers. Like I was massively into Robert Plant and Janis Joplin when I was younger. And they're all quite big singers. So
Ronnie Dio also.
Oh yeah, Ronnie James Dio. I kind of got into him as I got maybe when I was sort of in my 20s. But again, a big singer. And Messiah Malcolm. Again, big singer. It's just I think I'm influenced by them. But I've always just been able to sing like that.
Okay. And do you honestly in Candlemass, do you prefer be careful? Do you prefer Messiah Marcolin as singer or Johan Longvist because it was the first singer and he's back since a few EP and the last album. I will put the interview of Johan Longvist at the end of the interview of Candlemass for the new EP. But do you prefer or both? Because Johan Longvist and he's going to release a new solo album called The Castle.
Oh, really?
Project.
I think he's an amazing singer and
different.
I think as a personal preference, I think I prefer the albums that Messiah's on. Just it's a different. Both of them have got very distinctive, different voices, and they both lend themselves really well to Candlemass. But personally, I think I prefer Messiah's sort of his style of vocals.
Okay. Yeah. But the album Epicus, Domicus, Metallicus, it was with Johan Longvist as guest. In the
yeah. Like I mean, I think he's brilliant. He is an amazing singer. I'm not like he's very good.
Okay. Okay, so we better know you. Now let's speak about Body of Light. I don't know if we can see the cover
Yeah,
artwork. Released in 2020. What's
yeah.
the balance sheet? I don't know if you understand the word. Balance sheet, the conclusion, the good and the bad. Bads.
All right.
About this album released in 2020. Okay, it was not the good timing because it was already
Yeah.
scheduled on Listenable Records in 2020. There was a pandemic. But could you tour? Could you defend it? Because we love that album and we really discover you. We are powerful and the beautiful music of King Rich in general with this album, but not live personally and especially in France. Could you tour? Are you still satisfied of it? Tell me.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a shame, a real shame that it came out during the pandemic,
Yeah.
because like so many other bands, you couldn't promote it. Well, you could promote
No.
it online, but you couldn't get
Online.
out to
Yeah.
do it live. But
Yeah.
when the restrictions were lifted, we were out gigging again, and I mean, it was 6 months down the line, or even a year before we started doing like Body Light stuff again. But we'd already started writing our third album, so at the
Okay.
time. So, but no, we did get out. It just wasn't the way that we'd hoped it would be.
Okay.
Because,
Quickly you worked on the third album. In fact,
yeah, like Jamie had actually during the pandemic, he'd come up with quite a lot of the songs
okay.
um, before we even got out to tour with Body of Light. And then when
Okay.
the restrictions were lifted, we just kind of put the third album, in the back burner, and then like went out and promoted Body of Light.
Okay. Okay. And it was you who made the artwork of Body of Light because it's your job. In fact, you are graphist to web designers. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a graphic designer for a sort of huge corporate company, so you don't usually get to do. Well, you do get to do fun stuff sometimes, but yeah, I do
Oh,
graphics. My day job.
okay. And so it's you who already worked. It was you for the first album, Under the Mountain, in before.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, and the new one, I don't have
No.
the CD because Listenable Records not don't doesn't send nowadays CDs,
Oh
just MP3. But is it you you painted or drawing the new artwork with dogs in the wolves, dead and one dead one and a live one?
no, not this time. So we decided that we wanted to get our Roseanne Hayes involved. So aka like Blasted Heathen, that's our sort of tag name on Instagram. And we've used her before to do T-shirts, and she does festival artwork, and she's just brilliant.
Ah,
So I had an idea in my head of, like what I wanted the album to look like. I gave her the idea, and she came back, and she absolutely nailed it. She was just, she got it basically first time, and we are so happy with our work. It's like something special, and it really like perfectly represents what the album's about
yeah.
lyrically. Yeah.
Okay, and so is this new album three called Three? I don't understand. I'm going to put the artwork behind me. Look,
Ooh,
but
really?
do you think it's yeah, we can see it a wolf, werewolf, and dog, black dog, but is dead. Sorry.
It's like the
Yeah.
yin and yang. So it's like
Ah.
the light and
Mm.
dark side of life.
Yeah.
It's like,
O-
well, life and death, corruption, innocence, and also the wolves are sort of representative of the resilience of the human spirit when everything turns to shit.
Okay. 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 Also, the cycle of life and yeah,
Yeah,
death and life are called Ouroboros. I don't know if you understand in
yeah,
Greek.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's like, full circle, um,
Okay.
and that's basically a lot of the album is kind of covers those subjects.
But it's a real conceptual album, actually.
Not really. I
Not
wouldn't say
really.
it's a concept
Eight
album,
songs. There are eight
but
songs.
the songs all are kind of about similar subjects.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, 8 songs. I think it's a good timing.
Yeah,
8 songs, not too much, not too because of some time, and especially nowadays, people could just listen one song, one single, and they switch, and a too long album. Of course, it's good, but people don't take the time. We speak before the interview. People don't read a lot. So TikTok, YouTube, very quick. So eight song, it's a good track listing. So so there are already two singles out.
Yep.
So the new album called Three is going to release at the end of June on Listenable Records, French label. The track listing, yeah, there are two singles. Sea of Lies, more doom heavy, doom, maybe you can say, inspired maybe by Candlemass.
Yeah,
No,
like
Sea of
I
Lies.
think you could hear probably maybe about Candlemass, Alice in Chainsy.
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah.
It could be a B-side of Candlemass EP or LP.
Yeah, I
A
mean that.
good B-side, but in Candlemass in general. Okay, you agree with that
Yeah,
comparison?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah. And there is another song called "Swarming Flies."
yeah,
Could you tell me more about the lyrics? I guess it's you who wrote the lyrics, or and
yeah.
the "Swarming Flies." There is a music video. We can see all the band playing, and I feel so. You are going to speak about the lyrics, but I feel musically some Soundgarden vibes. Do you?
Yeah, I mean, Jamie's a huge Soundgarden fan, and I
Okay,
think while he was writing Three, or during the pandemic, while he was writing all this, he was going through a bit
yeah,
of a Soundgarden phase.
okay,
So yeah, I think that Soundgarden comes across in quite a few of the songs. But the song lyrically is about, it covers sort of mental health issues. So it's about overthinking, and so the
okay.
flies sort of represent, like thoughts that are burrowing their way in your mind, and you
Ah,
can't get rid of them. And it's but although the song sort of lyrically covers, like mental health issues can be quite dark, I think the song has got a sort of positive feel. So it's not like, like too sort of depressing or whatever.
yeah, no, oh,
Because
no, yeah, yeah.
in the same way that, like this is like, these lyrics are about my personal sort of feelings. Um, I'll go through a sort of period where I'll like have, like repetitive thoughts, and they're really frustrating,
Mm,
and then suddenly it'll just lift. It'll lift.
okay.
And the song musically is like that as well. So towards the end of the song, it sort of lifts in a sort of more positive vein, and yeah, so that's what that's about.
Okay. Okay, very interesting. And did you feel any pressure you on writing the new lyrics, or your guitarist or bass player, Rory or Jamie guitarist, to compose and to work on this new stuff, third album? Because third album, it's you are growing. You have good reviews by for Body of Light. Third album on Listenable Records, you are more famous now. So did you feel any pressure to work? And how do you work on this album? How do you work in general to compose?
Well, this one was a little bit different. Normally, Jamie would come up with the riffs, and then we would take them into the
Oh,
jam room, and then
yeah.
we would sort of, like work out the compositions. This one, because of the pandemic, he came up with quite a lot of the structures there. When we brought them into the practice room, I came up with the lyrics in the jam room, but I also did a lot at home because we
Oh,
had a lot of time. We had a lot of time, so I spent a lot of time thinking about it and thinking about the melodies, and then I would
okay.
bring them back to the jam room again. But we never thought, we had no agenda when we started this album. We don't
Okay.
we don't kind of like feel pressurized. We need to make it sound like this. We need to be more doom. We need to be,
Uh,
like, we just write songs that we like.
yeah.
So and we've always done that. But this one in particular, I think we've stripped it back, so it's got more breathing space than any of our other albums, and I
Yeah.
think that it's really sort of paid off.
Okay. Okay. I just come back. Excuse me about the artwork. You told me it was not you, but for the artwork. But I've seen or read on the credits, Blasted Heaven.
Yeah, so there's a girl called Roseanne Hayes, and she goes by Blasted Heathen on Instagram. So she's the
Ah, okay.
artist.
Okay.
I did
But
all the I
yeah.
packaged it and
Ah,
did a
yeah, the
graphic.
layout, it's you.
Yeah,
The layout. Ah,
yeah,
the layout. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you for this precision. So, yes, the guitars are very powerful.
yeah.
Uh, Maybe more, heavier than the previous album. And but at the end of the album, we can feel the same atmosphere of Body of Light
Mhm.
on the song, on the last song of the album. I like it very much. And
Oh,
the song just before, yeah, excuse
mhm.
me, a Little Witch, the acoustic song. And after Last Great Wilderness, it remember me Body of Light a bit. It could be the last track of Body of Light, but
Oh, right, okay.
I found similarities. Yeah, do you agree once again or not? Tell me more about the track listing and at the end of the album.
I
There is
mean, maybe because it's got
more
like
atmospheric.
different. It's atmospheric and it's got quite a few different sections to it. Maybe that's why you feel that. But yeah, I mean, I guess I mean it's written by us, so it's going to sound sort of similar.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that song as well.
Oh, okay. And how do you, Laura, how do you find your own space? Because you have guitars are very important and the music develop, but sometimes you sing a lot and very it's a very heavy and very often. And how do you find your space? The guys say you have to sing now at this all these parts, or it's you. You say I'm going to sing that here, but not there to breathe and to.
Don't think about it. Don't I honestly don't think about it. You go and you just like the guys will be playing, and I'll just do something that comes off the top of my head. Don't think about it too much. I think if you think about, like,
Yeah,
oh, we can't do it here, must do it here, can't do it there, then it starts to become like it's not natural anymore. Um, and the guys, like, I mean, sometimes they'll say, oh, maybe we could change the melody here or
yeah.
whatever. But in general, I've got my own sort of space, free reign to do what I want, which is pretty cool.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be kindly, sorry, but what do you think about people? I don't know if there are a lot, but I don't think who say, "Oh, she sings too much on the songs."
Oh
Too
well, I've
much
known.
because you are very present. Yeah,
Oh, right. Oh,
we can't say that. We it's yeah, you are very present. You are very charismatic. I have never seen King Witch live, but yeah, you are the voice. You are very wow. But people maybe some people say, oh, it will be more It could be more progressive, more developing. Instrumental parts.
I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I mean, not everybody's going to like us, and not everybody's going to like my voice. I mean, I might have, like the kind of voice that you're either going to really like or really dislike, and that's fine.
Yeah,
But it doesn't, like it doesn't bother me.
yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, but people, I think, I don't know in English, how could we say? 1 second. Uh, people can't say, can't stay. Uh, People cannot remain indifferent, I think, to your voice. They love or they don't like.
Yeah, I think it is a bit
I,
like that, which is fine.
yeah,
I'm not trying to make everybody love me.
yeah, yeah,
So if you
yeah.
don't like it, you don't need to fucking listen.
But for me, you are the Tina Turner. I don't know of metal, of heavy metal music. Yeah, I don't know if you are rock and roll on stage, and I hope you don't have problem like her with her husband, but manager, husband, etc. But but you are the yeah you have a so amazing voice. I'm very blew up every song. Wow, it's difficult to sing like that and to reproduce every day, every night on stage. How do you go? How you're going to do?
Well, you get used to it. So I've been singing in bands for almost 20 years. So
Okay,
I
okay,
mean,
wow,
so it's over the years you sort of learn, because I'm not a trained singer. You learn how to sort of make sure you don't lose your voice when you're away
yeah,
singing. If you're doing it like multiple nights, like if you're on tour, for instance, you
okay.
kind of need to. I don't smoke anymore. I used to smoke.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's sport. You have a good health in general every day.
Yeah. So you just need to kind of look after yourself when you're away.
Sometimes Scottish beer. Sometimes.
Yeah, you're allowed a beer or
Yeah.
three or four.
King Witch is not a straight edge band.
No, we all like a beer. We all like a beer. Although Jamie stopped drinking a
Ah,
year ago,
good.
so me and Rory will have his beers.
Okay. A song very short. I don't know if you are going to play that live. Yeah, Little Witch. Tell me more about this song because it's different song, acoustic. Are you going to play that, perform it that live?
Well, we've not got any plans to play it live yet, but it would be really nice to play it.
with
The
acoustic?
song itself was an acoustic track that Jamie's been fiddling around with for a long time. We thought it'd be really nice to have it on the album, but
Okay.
lyrically, it's about the innocence of youth and imagination. And as you grow older, you sort of lose the ability to be imaginative, and it's magical when you're a kid. Do you know, as a small child, your
Yeah.
like imagination can just totally run wild, and as you get older, it just sort of it dries up. um, and it's just that's what the song's about. It's
Okay.
trying to
Yeah.
keep that flame alive.
D'accord. Okay. 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 So, what are the plans for King Witch? Can we hope to see you live on summer festivals this year or next year? Maybe it's too late now. A regular tour or European tour? Come in France, please. I don't know if you play a lot in France,
Do
honestly.
you know what? We have never played in France. It's been
What?
I know it's
It's
ridiculous. We're with a French
a
label.
French label, but yes. Oh.
I mean, we've been in Europe, like we've done 3 or 4 European tours, and
Ah,
we've just
okay.
been in France, which is just quite strange. But anyway, we've got some gigs like booked in
Oh,
Europe, sorry, in the UK for the moment, and
yeah.
hopefully we'll be able to get some more towards the end of the year, and ideally get over to Europe next year. Everything's
Okay.
a little bit different now because Jamie and I have a little boy now,
Ah, yeah.
so yeah, so
Ah,
we have.
okay.
Yeah, so that was another reason why there was such a big space between the
Yeah.
album.
So maybe
So,
next year, summer festivals
yeah,
next year,
I mean,
motoculture, Hellfest festivals in France.
yeah,
Bah,
I mean, we're able to do festivals. It's just the long tours. We'll just need to sort of like work around, which is possible.
yeah,
But yeah, we've just got sort of family commitments now.
but you would prefer a regular tour or just festivals because sometimes
Oh
it could be
well,
easier festivals.
oh well,
To
festivals. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to offer me festivals over living in a
okay,
tour,
yeah.
yes, festivals.
And a regular tour with Candlemass as you for you as King Witch as support band.
If you're going to ask us to tag along with Candlemass, then
I don't know the booker, but I know Leif Edling and Johan Lengvist, of course. But yeah, ask them to tour. It
I
will
would
be
be.
awesome. King Witch, Candlemas, awesome.
I We played Malta Doom Festival
Oh, yeah.
a good few years ago, and Leaf was there with his other band, and I wanted to go and say hello to him, but I was so starstruck that I
Okay, okay. And the very last song, and after you will add the words that you want about this album, Shriek of King Witch. But before, I wanted to know if you still rehearse in the same place, local room in Glasgow with Dune, French Scottish band with
yeah,
Victor Vica, a French
okay,
guitarist. I saw him last winter in France at a show in the center of France
yeah.
I used in touch because I talk about you and the last time you'd say, yeah, we rehearse the same place at Dune, still now.
No,
Do you know?
we don't rehearse in the same place anymore. I'm
Oh,
not actually sure where they rehearse now, but yeah, we used to share the same practice area
ah,
with those guys, and yeah, they're doing really well just now, which is brilliant.
okay. So you are in contact, you know them. Okay, cool. Okay, okay, okay. And last word for you. Well, I'm very chatty boy. So what do you want to add to French audience, to European audience, people in the world, and about especially the new album 3 of King Witch? Now, it's your last sentence.
If you haven't ever heard our stuff before, I think 3 is a great place to start because there's a little bit of everything in there. There's a bit of stoner, there's a bit of sludge, there's a bit of rock and roll, there's a bit of
Blues?
blues.
Blues,
Yeah,
yeah.
like there's even sort of hints of folk, doom,
Heavy metal, yeah.
heavy metal. It's got a little bit of everything in there, and I think it would be a really cool album to start on if you're listening to us for the first time. Give it a
Okay,
twirl. Mhm.
okay. But we are waiting for you. We are ready. We like it very much. One of the album of the month of June equals with Orthodox and New Sodom albums. So okay.
Thank you very much. That's amazing. Thank you.
And continue like that. Very good, very. Honestly, I think people could want if they want to sing one day. I think you give the will to learn to sing. If you want to play guitars, I think it's awesome. The guitar riffs are awesome, and the sound. all that is fantastic. Very good
Amazing.
album.
Thank you.
So take care. Thank you very much for the interview, Laura, and take care. And see, I hope to see you live in France.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
I stop the recording.